Hello, and thank you for joining me on this update on how therapy courses are changing. Now, if you're thinking of taking another therapy course this year, then it's important that you pick a school that teaches the most up-to-date therapy skills and that understands how therapy courses are changing and is willing to communicate those changes to you. You see, the biggest change taking place this year is the inclusion of online therapy training in almost all diploma courses. And in most cases, you'll find that this is not an optional extra. Now, this is because most professional therapy associations recognise that online therapy is here to stay and that it can form an important part of the therapeutic process. Now, I understand that doing online work may not interest you at all, but if you already work as a therapist, then you're probably doing a little online work anyway. You see, telephone work, sending text messages, communicating by email, and all other forms of remote communication that use technology are considered online work. And because there are potential challenges around privacy and GDPR and security when you work online, most training schools are now obliged to teach you how to conduct therapy online as well as working face-to-face with clients. Now, I know that you might be saying, but Susan, I'll never work online because I've got a fear of Facebook, or I'm worried about the World Wide Web. Or you might even be saying, Susan, I wouldn't like to work with strangers in case they're the wrong sort of client for me. And whilst these things might be true, there are some very big benefits to learning how to work online, even if you decide never to do it. You see, knowing how to provide therapy online or remotely is a great skill to have in your back pocket. Let me explain why. Just imagine that you run a successful therapy practice and you're happy with the number of clients you have and things are just ticking over nicely. Then, just supposing that the opportunity of a lifetime drops into your lap and you get the chance to travel around the world, visiting all of your favourite destinations, and all of this happens quite unexpectedly. Wouldn't it be nice to know that you could go at the drop of a hat and that you wouldn't have to break your commitment to your ongoing clients? Wouldn't it be nice to know that you could still connect with them electronically and give them the support they need while you're enjoying your trip around the world? Now, you see, being able to offer online therapy gives you the freedom to work remotely with the clients who are already on your books. Okay, and winning a trip around the world and disappearing off into the sunset at a moment's notice sounds great. But let's bring it back to basics. Just suppose you need to take time off for something more practical. Let's say something happens at home and you have to take time off to care for a family member or even for yourself. Or let's say another situation occurs where you're just not feeling focused or up to it and you're unable to show up for work the way you'd like to. Wouldn't it be nice to know that you could still support your clients even if you had to stop working for a while, or even if you wanted to stop working for a while? And wouldn't it be a comforting feeling to know that you could still pay the bills and that you had one thing less to worry about if things go off track for a while? You see, knowing how to do therapy online means that you will have a framework for offering therapy by phone, by online video, and additionally, even for your live therapy sessions.